What's crack-a-lackin' dudes and dudettes? And we gotta talk about what leader are you playing in the OP-02 pre-release. So, we got a bunch of the leaders here. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm thinking about playing. You can bring any of the leaders from the previous set as well as from the starter decks that are out right now to play at this event. So I think I can easily say that I am cutting all of the dual color leaders out because I don't want to start with 4 life. That sounds like a bad plan. So I'm not gonna play any of those. And if I pull some of them, like the Garp or the Sanji, or the Zed, Zephyr, Z, whatever you want to call them, there is. I think it just puts you too far behind. You're losing that Dawn. That's gonna be rough. So I'm not gonna play any of these dual colored leaders. A lot of them are also really specific, and the rules say that they still work the way that they specifically read. So even though you can have all the colors in your deck, you still have to bounce between red and green for the law. You still have to focus on, Straw Hat or Supernova for Luffy, stuff like that. So I don't think that these two are very good. The Kaido and the Crocodile are interesting because you could get value off of them, but is losing that extra life worth that value? And that I'm not so sure about. So I'm probably going to avoid those two, even though they might be okay contenders. Next up, I would definitely say don't bring Odin. There's not enough Wano cards in this set to get his value. Same with Don Flamingo. You're just not going to be seeing enough Shichibukai pulling out of 6 packs to make that deck work. So I wouldn't run them. So that kind of knocks those guys out, King is kind of weird. This is probably the first time that King can actually get some decent value, just because these games are probably going to run a little bit longer. You're going to get to that final stage to where you can start killing off their characters and you could get some value. The big problem is you're not going to get any value out of him for the first 4 turns. 5 turns of the game waiting to get that 10 Dawn. So he doesn't turn on for a very long time, and if you return any Dawn to your Dawn deck, you're going to be fighting to keep his ability. So I would not bring him either. So as far as that is concerned, it doesn't leave a lot to bring. Zoro's still good. Zoro's going to get effects for all the new powered up little guys. So really, I don't think he's a bad choice. Zoro, I think, is a great playable choice. Whitebeard, if you're able to pull him, I think he's pretty good. He definitely changes the way the game's going to play. Being that he has 6,000 power, that could be a big wall for people to deal with. Even if you are losing life pretty quickly, you can hope that you pull Moby Dick. If you pull him, you pull a Moby Dick. There you go. Might be worth running. I would consider that. I'm not gonna play Kinemon. Again, I think it's gonna be hard to get the value out of him. Again, it's Wano Country stuff, so there's just not enough Wano Country in the set to make it happen. Sanji's all vanillas, man. You can play vanillas, I guess. It might not be bad. Just to make a whole deck with as many vanillas as you can. Might do okay. It might be really simple to play. Ivankov, I think, is actually good. And only because of the fact that in this format, card draw is so strong that if you can get yourself down to no cards, you're guaranteed free draws. That's pretty valuable. Again, you got to pull it though. I would rather stick with something that I can bring and know is going to be solid every turn of the game, not just sometimes. Magellan is interesting. I don't think he's bad, but you gotta pull him. You're gonna have to make that call in the moment. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of the new leaders, these three in particular, as well as the Smoker. Smoker, I think, is he's a great option here. You can really take advantage of the black cards that are coming out of this set. Try and get things down to 0 and get that extra value. I don't see why you wouldn't want to have fun and run Smoker if you pull him. Uta, I don't think she gets enough value for what she does. I think, you double one Dawn at that point, it's kind of like really she's worse than the original starter deck Luffy. Because this, you can at least spin the Dawn to get something else you want. Whereas that forces you to have to attach it. Zoro's going to get you more value for that one Dawn. This Luffy is probably going to be able to get you more value for the Dawn because you can attach it to something that needs a Dawn when attacking or when doing something to get a value. So I like the flexibility of the Luffy. I think he's a very good play. Eustace Kid is always a good play. This card is stupid good. There's a reason why it continues to top. It's just dangerous. It's solid. And the weight of double attacking is so good. It's scary how good this card is for how much it costs to do this ability. But it's still just so solid. Next, we can look here. I don't think the Crocodile is bad. My only concern is you're bouncing it back to their hand. And I don't think you have a lot of other bounce cards in this set. And this is a pretty hefty bounce. That's a pretty heavy cost to have to lose 4 Dawn for that. So you will have to be trying to play catch up, which is a little bit of a bummer. I just think there's better options. I don't think this is bad when you set up for it and you make your other stuff cheaper and you find other ways to play around. But I can't recommend this as the best option going into this event. Kaido is great in constructed because you can get Onigashima. You ain't got no Onigashima here, guys. He's too inconsistent. If you -7, it's kind of like knocking down that extra Dawn, but then you have to play catch up and you gotta hope that you're winning that turn that you do that. So, much as I love playing Kaido and he is fantastic, I'm not bringing him to this event. Let's see, Sakazuki. I don't know if you're even allowed to play this deck. It comes out, right around the same time as this release. So I'd say maybe, but I still wouldn't choose this over Smoker. If you're gonna go black, and I don't think he's that great. He's okay with the Navy starter deck, but we're missing a lot of the black staples, and the inconsistency of pulling the packs is probably not going to make him real playable compared to the others. And Big Mom's not out, so that is my take on kind of what I think you guys should think about. Oh, there's one more. Here, there's one more. Where is he? Where are you? There's some OP-03 stuff, which I haven't talked about on my channel yet. Super cool. There he is, Mr. Shanks. This card might do better in this release than we think. And, he basically just has kind of a finisher on him, is kind of the way to think about it. You can... I feel like what you do is you throw... you get all your film cards out, you get as many loaded into your deck as you can, based on what you pull, and then you get them all out there, and then you throw 3 down on him. You swing into attack for 8,000, and then you minus those 3 off of him, and then everything else is buffed, and then you make them all miserably large, and you do a nice big like ending swing. So I think he could be kind of fun. Do I think I'm gonna play him? I don't think so. We don't have too many of the film cards. They're all, I believe all the film cards are in green. So actually, that's not true. They're green and purple. They are green and purple. But there is, you know, there's a decent amount, because you get all the new Straw Hats. So you get, I think, what is that, like, there's 9 of them. So that's, I mean, it's not bad. Because you get all the Straw Hats with their film, and then you also get Law, and then you get like some of the movie guys. They had a couple more in there, so you could see kind of a sneaky film deck, which might be kind of fun. I guess that depends on what you pull, though. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure to do the thing. It helps out the channel, and you know, lets me know that you guys got some value out of this video. So thanks so much for watching, and don't forget, sail on.
Yes.